Hello, my friends. It's Chris Biffle, Coach B, welcoming you this October 28th to the next broadcast in our master class review of all things whole brain teaching. Here we go. And tonight we're playing a special game called You Bet Your Wibby. So please keep your wibby handy. Pay attention to the names in red. But let's just set up this game for a second. Week 8, a big honkin' review. What are we reviewing? We are reviewing stuff we covered in weeks 1 to 7. So there's a ton of fabulous techniques tonight to help you with challenging kids and everyone else too. Here's our favorite little friend, Biffy Bluebird. Hiya, Coach. Hello, Biffy. It's not a book, it's a ladder to teaching heaven. Oh my goodness, Biffy, that's wonderful news. If you don't have the book, folks, think about it. All right, here's some more details about us. 107,000 registered members, 4 million views on YouTube. That puts us up there with Beyonce. Fact is, I understand Beyonce is a little jealous of our viewers, as well she might be. 10 million pages of materials downloaded from wholebrainteaching.com. I'm setting up my screen here, as you can tell. So far as we know, we are one of the world's #1 most popular education websites. We're up there in the stratosphere. Why? Because it's fun and free. Facebook, I don't know what to tell you about Facebook, my friends, but I'll tell you this. About a month ago, we were at 18, 19,000 likes, which is a lot of likes. And then it just started skyrocketing. A week ago, we were averaging 500 likes a day. I looked today, we're hitting over 1,000 likes a day on Facebook. So this sign is even out of date. If we keep growing at this rate, I will soon be elected president of the United States, and I'm giving tax refund to everybody who's a school teacher. Do I have your vote on the tax refund? Yes, my friends. You're easy to please. Here's our two friends, Biffy Bluebird and Smarty Wonderbeak. If you want a copy of these slides tonight, and who wouldn't want them, we'll tell you how to get a copy, and you can even get a professional development certificate. And now it's time for what we've waited for all week. It's time for You Bet Your Wibby. Yes, my friends, You Bet Your Wibby. It's the very first program. And everybody, hopefully, has their wibby. And tell me what color your wibby is. And that's probably all I want to know about your wibby. I'm going to take a drink. What color's your wibby? Nancy says her wibby is laminated. Yes, 8th Donner. Get your wibby scorecard. Clear, green, huh? Purple with glitter, blue and orange. That's the spirit. What is a wibby? That's a question. All right. The Wibby is what you're betting tonight. Here's the way the game works. Welcome to You Bet Your Wibby, the internet game where you compete against grade level teams from around the world. And I mean around the world. Here are the teams. Pre-K, K, first, second, third, fourth, and fifth, secondary, international. And if you don't fit in any of those categories, you're special. It's you and your grade level against the world. Sharon, a girl, go get your Wibby. Canada is international. Is that exciting? Now, text in your grade now and where you're from in this format. So, K, St. Louis, Missouri. First, Concord, Massachusetts. Who are you? Where you're from? Text it in. Let's hear it. Fourth grade, California. Holy mackerel. Second grade, San Francisco. Yeah. Secondary, Orlando, Florida. All right, my friends. We got some hot grade level teams cooking out there in internet land. Transitional kindergarten. Kimmel, Rianne, that's great. Now, friends, I feel like I'm driving a team of wild horses here. Ed professor from Youngstown, Ohio. You must know Lindsay Roush. You're a special. Here's the deal. Now text in some trash talking. What's so wonderful about your grade? Let's hear it. Trash talk it up, my friends. Unconditional love from the kinders. Oh, yeah. Second grade knows WBT. We're first for a reason, says Brandy. Middle school rules, says Andre Desch. Everything I learned in kindergarten, points out Kathy. Marlena is idolized by the kinders, and Robin B says fourth grade rocks. Excitement and love from 7/8. My students will change the lives of children, says our Youngstown, Ohio professor. Keep calm and first grade on, says Ms. Shipley. All right. Kimmy Rianne says, everything I learned from my fourth grade teacher. All right, here we go. Now, here's what we're reviewing tonight. Check it out. I'm going to tighten the screen up. This is how we're going to play You Bet Your Wibby. Here's the screen. We've got all of this stuff to go over and score points on. First thing I want to know, of all of those techniques, tell me your grade level and your one favorite technique. Grade level and one favorite technique. Let it fly. Here it comes. First says teach okay. Third says mirrors. Seventh says scoreboard. Eighth says teach okay. 712 is into mirrors. Fourth loves the attention getters. Hands and eyes, says Mrs. Firsty. Scrap Bunny says super improver wall will change your life. Teach your shoe, says S Rebel. All right. Here we go. Now, here's your Wibby scorecard. Let me enlarge my screen. There's a free link You can get your Wibby scorecard. If you don't have it, you can still play, but it's more fun to play if you have it. There's a link right there from Southern Teacher and Blizzard 2. And that's what you're going to use for your scorecard. So you keep track of how many points you're scoring. All right, here we go. Attention getters. What I'm going to do is I'm going to review each of these and then give you a chance to score your own points. So our rookie attention getter is Class Yes. Here we go again, my friends. They can't keep us down. So we were talking about the three kinds of attention getters. The rookie one is Class Yes. You say class, they say yes. The pro, class, boom. And the all-star core knowledge where you say 8 times 7 and they say 8 times 7 is 56. Or you say capital of California, they say capital of California, Sacramento. You're going to use whatever you believe is important core knowledge as your attention getter. So which of these did you use last week? What's the highest level one of these that you used last week? Tell us your grade level and which one was the highest of these three that you used last week. Grade level? You tell me. Wow. A lot of people are using the core knowledge one, and I think that is the most important one. So here's how you score yourself. You give yourself 1 point if all you used last week was the rookie Class Yes. Give yourself 2 points if you used Class Boom, and give yourself 3 points if last week you used core knowledge. So you can either score 1 point, 2 points, or 3 points. It's self-scoring. One more time, Class Boom. You say, class, boom. And they say, yes, boom. And they fold their hands and look at you. It's because we want their hands folded, and the Class Boom ensures it. If you use them all, you can only score 3 points. So you're giving yourself points for the highest one that you used. You don't get 6. The most you can get is 3. And we'll be making up these rules as we go along, of course. Now here's a chance for a bonus point. Get ready, get your fingers ready. It's self-scoring, bonus point. If you watched a WBT YouTube video in this last week, give yourself a bonus point. Who watched a YouTube video last week? Give yourself a bonus point. YouTube video. Excellent. What did you watch last week? Watching me on Monday nights does not count. This is not YouTube. Don't try to sneak some bonus points in there. March 12. You just get 1 so far, Scrap Bunny. Boy, what a contentious lot you are. I love it. So eager for the bonus points. Let's go over the Class Yes one more time. Look at me. You say class, they say yes, that's rookie. Or you say class, boom, they say yes, boom, that's pro. Or you say 9 times 4, and they say 9 times 4 is 36. You pick some core knowledge as your call out because you know this is some stuff they need to have down cold. Here we go. Second level. Gosh, it's getting exciting. Here we go. Week 2, we talked about mirrors. Mirror words works like this. You say mirror words. Then you start talking and you make some gestures. Right now, it's time for a very exciting game. But first, here's a fraction. Numerator, denominator. That is mirror words. Mirrors off. Mirrors off was invented by Andre Deshotel of Louisiana. So in mirror words, they're making your gestures and saying your words. Silent mirrors works like this. You say, silent mirror, And now you're talking and making gestures, and they're just using gestures, not saying your words. Nice piece of variety. Magic mirrors is all-star. Magic mirrors, you're going to say, magic mirrors, and put your hands down. They say magic mirrors, woo, and you talk, and they invent the gestures and say your words. One more time. Rookie, mirror words. Mirror words. You're talking and making gestures. Silent mirrors. Silent mirror, and you make gestures and talk. They just mirror your gestures. Magic mirror. Put your hands down. They say magic mirror, woo, and you talk and they create gestures. Which did you use last week? I want to know what grade you are and which of those you used this last week. What's the highest one that you used? Did you get beyond mirror words? Did you even try mirror words? Did you get up to magic mirrors? Oh, my friends, yes. All right, excellent. You're learning so much tonight about what you can do tomorrow. So, give yourself 1 point. Let's go over the scoring again, my friend. If you use rookie, you scored 1 point. That's mirror words. If you use pro, you scored 2 points. If you used magic mirrors, you scored 3 points. The most that can be scored is 1 or 2 or 3. You don't get it for all of them. Blizzard says the principal saw all 3. That's pretty cool. Now, bonus point time. If you taught a colleague about any variety of mirror this last week, you won a bonus point. Anybody teach a colleague about mirror? What grade level are you? And let's hear it for your own bonus point. What grade? Come on, let me hear it. Your firstie buddies, huh, Jill? Angela at happy hour, why not? All right, my friends. The points are pouring down on your Wibby. Here we go. Classroom rules. Now here are the 5 classroom rules. Rule number 1, follow directions quickly. Rule number 2, raise your hand for permission to speak. Rule number 3, raise your hand for permission. I got to stand up for this, my friends. Here we go. Rule number 3, raise your hand for permission to leave your seat. Ah, so you're excited to leave your seat. Rule number 4, slightly new gesture, a little more fun. Make smart choices. Rule number 5, keep your dear teacher happy. Now here's how you can score. If you led a review of the rules anytime last week, give yourself 1 point. If you had a student stand up and lead the rules by saying, Rule 1, Rule 2, give yourself 2 points. If you used a rule call out, Here's how that works. Give yourself 3 points. So a kid speaks without raising their hand for permission to speak. You say, rule 2. They say, raise your hand for permission to speak. So when you see a kid off task, breaking a rule, you use a call out. Kid gets out of their seat. You say, rule 3. And they say, raise your hand for permission to leave your seat. That's what we mean by a call out. Check it out. If you led the rules, you get 1 point. If a student led the rules, give yourself 2. And if you use call outs, give yourself 3. All right, I want to know, out there in Wibitania, what grade level, how many points did you score on week 3, the principles we taught in week 3? Indiana, Kevin says pro in 4th grade. Bree says she's got 3 points. 7th grade got 3 points, which is great, Conch Girl. Call out for 3 points, says Tall Man. Angela, you're an all-star in K2. Scrap Bunny, you're fabulous. 2 months, whole class, rule practice every day. All right, now, we're halfway through the game almost, my friends. Here we go. Take a second and add up your points thus far. Remember, the most you can score at each level is 3. So right now, you could have scored a total of 9 points plus 2 more for bonuses. So the maximum we're looking for out there right now is 11. So put down your grade level and how many points you've got. Go, grade level, how many points you got. I'm drinking. You're adding. It's Nancy says she's got 11. Carrie, she's got 7 in 1st grade. Tall Man has got 7 in 1st grade. Marianne has got 8 in kindergarten. And Blizzard is rocking middle school with 9. Sarah Matter, you're way behind. But you've already picked up 3 points. Shelly Moko has kinder at 11. Woo! All right. Here we go. Ready for bonuses? Who's trembling with excitement to get a bonus tonight? I'm drinking, watching your trembling with excitement texts. Yes, my friends. Here it comes. Here's the bonus. Now, if your class practiced reciting the rules at least 2 times a day for the last week, you earned a bonus point. Did your class practice those rules at least 2 times a day for the whole last week? Give yourself another point. Because you know what, my friends? If they're not practicing 2 times a day, they may not know the rules yet. Shelly Moko, most days does not count. Jill, good job. 4 to 5 times a day, says Jay Loftus. 5 times a day still, says Tall Man. All right. Here comes our next level. Rules implementation. Now, this is a tough one. Be honest. If your kids have mastered follow directions quickly and raise their hand for permission to speak, you're probably teaching from a cloud in teaching heaven. I mean, just getting those first 2 rules would be huge. If your kids have mastered rules 1 to 4, that's 2 points. And if they're just solid with all those rules and they're following your rules They don't just know them, but they're using and following the rules. That's all-star. Give yourself 3 points. All right, be honest, grade level. Rookie 1, Pro 2, All-Star 3. Does it really happen? Oh, yeah, it does. Here's Indiana Kevin says that he's at the All-Star level in 4th grade. Carrie says she's at the All-Star level. Carrie, what grade are you in? Mrs. Shipley says she's in teaching heaven. Yes, this really happens. That's right, Bree. Hang in there. Conch girl, keep in there. Oh, Sarah Metter, that is a really great story. You know, my friends, I'm feeling like this stuff kind of works. Wouldn't that be strange if we found a way to teach challenging kids? And when you find that, you can teach all the rest of them. Here comes that bonus point. Here's the bonus point. Score yourself. If you use the Rule 5 call out to stop challenging behavior 2 times last week, you earned a bonus point. Let me explain what I mean by the Rule 5 call out. A kid starts to give you guff or back talk. You say, please work harder, and I say, I am working harder. As soon as you hear the back talk, you say, 5. And everybody in the class says, keep your dear teacher happy. So the kid who's given you guff is suddenly confronted by the unity of his or her classmates and the teacher. It's an intimidating moment. Did you use the Rule 5 call out twice last week? If you haven't used it, start. Because if you're taking back talk, that's not right. Yes, Carolina, it's great. Scrap Bunny, the bonus point is for any way that you stop guff using the Rule 5 or the guff counter. No back talkers? Yes, we can all get there, Sally Warren 3. Yes, you do the call out of the other rules. Yes, Heber Soul. You can't argue with Rule 5. All right. Now, Teach OK. If you're using Teach OK 10 times a day, you're not using it enough, but at least you're doing better than people who lecture. You're a pro if you're using Teach OK 20 times a day and you're using Rule 1 and 2. And you're an all-star if you can give 2-sentence micro lessons. Let me explain the Teach OK. You talk, yada, 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 yada. You go, teach. They say, okay. They do a full turn to their neighbor and they teach their neighbor using gestures what you just said. That's the Teach OK. A 2-sentence micro lesson, you just speak 2 sentences and you clap twice and say teach, and they teach their neighbors. You're breaking it down into the smallest possible parts. I'll give you a demonstration of a 2-sentence micro lesson. Today, we're going to learn about fractions. Fractions is our lesson today. Teach. They say okay, and they say that. You call them back. Class? Yes. You say, the top number in a fraction is a numerator. The bottom number in a fraction is the denominator. Fraction has a top number with a numerator, and the bottom number is a denominator. Teach. Okay. Here's the fraction 3/4. 3 is the numerator, 4 is the denominator. Teach. That's the pace you go at if you want them to understand what you're saying. The longer you talk, the more kids you lose. All right. Tell me your grade level. And are you a rookie, pro, or all-star with the Teach OK? Ma of 2, it's hard, but so is ice skating. Mrs. Hasselden says you're lower than a rookie. Nancy says she's a pro in second. Keep it short. And you can only use one sentence sometimes. Thank you, Heather Allen. Very good. I love this job. Now, big news. Big news. This is new for everybody. I'm taking off the glasses. Huge news. I hope somebody's paying attention out there. We love the Teach OK because it forces us to break the lesson down into understandable units. That's pretty crucial. But the most important aspect of the Teach OK comes in when we do oral writing. We want the kids to be talking to each other like this. This is a lesson on fractions. This shows they're starting with a capital. This shows they're ending with a period. We want kids to get thousands of repetitions speaking sentences that start with capitals and end with periods. Speaking a sentence is different than speaking. Right now I'm speaking along and I'm not speaking in sentences. Now, Zoop, I am speaking a sentence. So really move the Teach OK into oral writing. If you don't know about oral writing, Blizzard or Nancy right now will tell you a link to the oral writing webcast. I'm taking a drink. Talk to each other. The because clapper is like this. When you turn to your neighbors, I want to see you using the word because and giving yourself a little applause every time. Now, also brand new. Listen to me. There's something higher than all-star. If your kids have the rules down, they need to start adding the because clapper. Rule number 1 is important because blah, blah, blah. Rule number 2 is important because blah, 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 blah. We want them to learn the rules, and then we want them to think about the reasons behind the rules. So if they know the rules, move on to critical thinking with the because clapper. And then call out a few kids to explain why these rules are important. Anybody tried the because clapper with the 5 rules? I hope not, because I thought it was brand new. Brand new idea. Thanks, Heber Soul. All right, here's your next bonus point. If you know you could give a lesson on your favorite book using nothing but 2-sentence micro lessons, give yourself a bonus point. Who is so confident in their ability to speak 2-sentence lessons They could do it right now. Be honest. Let's see who's out there. Mrs. Shipley says yes. The Islander says, oh yeah. Sarah met her for sure. Carrie, come on, get on board. No whining. Would be a breeze, says Blizzard. Characterization. Hopefully soon. Good job. That's your goal. You're talking too much. Take a break. Let them talk. Good, Carrie Lee. All right. Now, as of now, your total possible points are, let me see, your total possible points are 10 plus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 15. All right. Grade level. What's your grade level? How many points you got? 15 possible. Let us know. You guys are being very, very honest. Good job. And Terry, perk it up. Blizzard's got 14 in middle school. Yes, Carrie. Shipley, I think there's only 15 possible. Let me check it again. I have, oh, wait. My mistake, tell me I'm still cool. I've got 5 weeks times 3, that's 15. And then 16, 17, 18, 19, 20 points are possible thus far. Blizzard, how many viewers do we have so far? All right, here we go. Next level. You bet your Wibby. Scoreboard. 20 marks a day, and you've got weeks 1 to 3 down pretty good. That means you've got your class yes going, and let's look at weeks 1 to 3. 20 marks a day, and you're using attention getters, you're using mirrors, and you're using the classroom rules. You're a rookie. 30 marks a day, and you're really employing material from weeks 1 to 4. You're working on implementing the rules. 40 marks a day we think is really the minimum that you should be using the scoreboard. 20 on one side, 20 on the other. And you're using Teach OK and everything else thus far. 25 a day, Loftus, that's pretty good. That puts you in the pro ranks there. Griffin, in LA5, you're rookier than a rookie, but I like your attitude. Rookie but improving, says NSun55. And different styles of scoreboard. Here's your bonus, my friends. If you're using a holiday-themed scoreboard, give yourself a bonus point. What might the holiday be here as we move toward Halloween? Who got a holiday-themed scoreboard? Ms. Firsty says, yes, goblins and ghosts. Great. Pumpkins as we speak. Jack-o'-lantern. Carrie? That's right up your alley, Carrie. Sarah Metter, I'm so disappointed in you. And you know, Sarah, how easy it is for me to be disappointed in you. You didn't use the holiday theme? Columbus Day. Yellow Girl, did you use Columbus Day on part of your scoreboard? Mr. Shipley, Vampire Scoreboard. You must be a fun kinder teacher. Sharon, a girl, you're in double digits. All right, my friends, here we go. Super Improver. Now, if you're using Super Improver at all, give yourself a point. If you have individual improver goals, give yourself 2. And if you've moved on to the All-Star Super Improver Odyssey with Mysterion as a character, you're probably way ahead of where you should be. Anybody, tell me this. If you're using, I'm coming back on screen here. You're using Super Improver. What's the highest level your kids have gotten to? We'd like to know. Grade level, what's the highest level? How many weeks have you been using it? What's your grade level? What's your highest kid at? That'll be good for us to know. I would not necessarily post individual goals unless you need to keep track of them. And you know what? If you're only using the scoreboard thus far, that's fine. Save Super Improver as long as you can. Page art, you can do it with 600 kids. Look at the Super Improver for middle school. Blizzard, put up the link for the last Super Improver program so middle school people can see it. If you have 600 kids, you've got them divided into periods. So it's one period against another. So each period, when they get up to 5 improving marks, they change the color. It works. All right, here's your bonus point. If you decided all you want to be when you grow up is an all-star whole brain teacher, you earned 2 bonus points. Who is so thrilled to give themselves 2 bonus points? They know what they want to be when they grow up. Yeah. We got quite a few people who are looking forward to an adulthood as a whole brain teacher. And an astronaut. Yes, Heather, you can be both. Ma of 2, you finally got some bonus. All right, now, my friends, get ready. Nettie, if you don't grow up, you get 3 bonus points. Here's a surprise. Check it out. Here's a way to get 7 more bonus points. If you know the technical name of brain area number 1 that deals with planning, give yourself a point. The name of brain area number 2 that deals with making gestures, give yourself another point. Brain area 3, producing spoken language, another point. Seeing gestures, another point. What do you know about the brain? Understanding spoken language, another point. Memory formation, give yourself another point. Making gestures, and emotions. How many points? Now you can rack up 8 points here, and I don't think anybody is going to get number 7. Here's the answers. Sasha, you're in the ballpark with number 1. Here's the answers. Which of these, is everybody giving themselves points? Amygdala, good try, regular. Blizzard picked up 3 points. Heather Allen, 28's got 2. Here's the answers. Burn the brain parts into your brain. Prefrontal cortex for planning, motor cortex for movement, Broca's area for producing spoken language, visual cortex for seeing gestures, Wernicke's area for understanding spoken language, hippocampus is where memories are formed, the limbic system is emotions, and the cerebellum is also used when we're making gestures. Cerebellum is brand new. Light bulb area in the middle, that's the limbic system. All right. Now, add up all your points. Nancy, how many points are possible with these last 8? We've got 7 times 3 is 21. Plus about 6 bonus points is 27. Plus 2 bonus points here is 29. And then 8 more bonus points is 37. And I think I've got the scale set up so nobody is going to make living legend yet. Add up all your points. 36 at most, I think so. 36 or 37. So, add your points up, and we're going to see how each grade level did. All right, here we go. I want just kinder. Kinder. So put down a K and how many points you got. Let's just see how kinder did. Kinder, how many points did you get? Kinder star, says Shelly Moko at 31. Angela, you can be specials. Or K2. You're specials. Kathy had 22 in kinder. Any more kinders out there? Any more? Another kinder had 16. All right, first grade, how'd you do? First grade, how many total points? We're looking at the scores. Loftus had 29. Scrap Bunny had 25. A bunch of 12s and 15s. Our son had 16. Brandy P had 22. Whoa! Now, second grade, how did you do? Second had 28, says Nancy. 18, 20, 7. 13, 15, says School Mouse. Bree says 15. Shipley, you have a lot of firsties up there. All right, third grade, how'd you do? Third grade, how did you do, my friends? Third had 17, says Holman. About 131 points, says Nancy, for second grade. Wow, that's super. Third has 10 points, says Lori K. Yellow girl picked up 11. Any more thirds? Let's go with fourth grade. Griffin, LA, are you the kind of kid that sits in the back and thinks that Coach B doesn't see you? What was your score, Griffin, LA? 5, hee hee. All right. Fourth grade. How about fifth grade? What do we got? Fourth grade picked up another 12. How about fifth grade? Sarah Metter? Mrs. Shipley, that's okay. Fifth grade had 12, another 13. Teacher, I think, from South Dakota. Regular, you were cooking dinner. Carrie, you're still smiling. Now, how about secondary? How did secondary do? How many points did secondary get? Middle school, 25. Thank you. Manuel says 11. Andre Desch had 22. Southern Teacher had at least 20. Blizzard had 26. We have a strong contingent of middle school teachers here. I wonder why they're so interested in whole brain teaching. Now, how about, do we have any international folks? International. Because we still got some more fun ahead, my friends. Or specials. Give me the points. Some great stuff left. Book Lady had 11 points for specials. Multi-age had 20, says Angela. Becca from British Columbia. Specials had 19. Specials had 16. All right. So it's self-scoring. You decide. And the whole point of this game is for you to figure out how you could score more points. Tell us where you're going to score more points next time we play You Bet Your Wibby. So it was a game with a pedagogical purpose. Oh my goodness, imagine that. Parts of the brain, more mirrors, teach okay, super improver team, following the rules, more mirrors, get to the all-star levels, all areas, says Mr. Shipley. Do more rules, teach okay and less guff, rules and scoreboard, magic mirrors, silent mirrors. All right. You could just sit back and enjoy things now because I got some wonderful gifts for you. No, it's not the end of the program. We have some wonderful freebies. Important point. The longer you talk, the more kids you lose. And here's a huge point. Use your tally sheet. Use your tally sheet, my friends. This is how you keep track of whole brain teaching. So use a tally sheet, put in the stuff where you need to grow, and start making tally marks. The link for the tally sheet will show you how to get a copy of all these slides at the end of the program. Here's a summary of all 7 weeks, part of this program. We went over everything tonight. And now, a brain fact. Pay attention, this is huge. There are more connections from the limbic system, the brain's emotional center, to the prefrontal cortex where reasoning originates than vice versa. In other words, it's easier for our feelings to control our reasoning than vice versa. In fact, the prefrontal cortex does not fully mature until our early 20s. This explains why children and teens often engage in behaviors that are based on feelings and moods rather than careful thinking. Check this out. Prefrontal cortex, limbic system. Emotions can control reason more easily than reason can control emotions. That's why your kids act out their feelings. Isn't that a wonderful and intriguing brain fact? Now, here's our first zingy bonus. We have never talked about hands and eyes. Shame on us. There's 3 kinds of hands and eyes. Rookie, hands and eyes. Hands, hands, hands and eyes for bigger points. And hands, hands, hands and eyes, i.e. for huge points. Here's what it looks like. You have a big point to make, you say hands and eyes, your kids say hands and eyes. Bigger point, hands, hands, hands and eyes, your kids say hands, hands, hands and eyes, and oh, they're so attentive. Giant point, hands, hands, hands and eyes, aye, and you fold your hands. 3 kinds of hands and eyes. Use it tomorrow. Here's the screen. Copy it down if you want. Now, our next zingy bonus. This is huge. You haven't seen it before. Check it out. Here's Shizuka Arakawa in an Ina Bauer layout prior to a triple axel jump. Notice the incredible position of her body. Notice her feet are even pointing in opposite directions. Look at her back. Look at even her hands. 99% of skaters spend most of their practice perfecting jumps they know how to do. Championship skaters spend most of their practice attempting jumps they can't do. Shizuka Arakawa, 19 years of practice. She estimated 20,000 falls, and she won the gold medal in the Olympics in Japan. She is a living legend as of 2006. Here's the relevance. Teaching challenging kids is education's equivalent of the Ina Bauer layout. Prepare to fall a lot. Get the message? How do champions practice? We know how champions practice. 4 hours a day with breaks. They intensely rehearse the smallest components of new complex skills. They receive expert feedback and they increase their domain knowledge. That's how champions practice. How can our kids practice like champions? See above. We can have championship practices in our class every day. Here's our next zingy bonus. If you don't have this page, you should. Here's all of the whole brain teaching resources. Print it out. Now here is a mystery thing lesson. Let's explain mystery things. We don't want kids to just become better readers. We want them to become better people who are better readers. So you bring in something and you put it in your classroom, and the kids wonder, what is this mystery thing about? Now let's see if my students out there remember the first mystery thing I brought in. What was the first mystery thing I brought in? Soap. Everybody remembers that. What was the second mystery thing I brought in, my friends? I'm taking a drink. A picture of Mother Teresa. Yes, here's the third mystery thing. And I have taken the glasses off. Here's the new idea. You bring the mystery thing in. You tell them the story. They figure out what lesson could be learned from the story. Oh, you love that? You can tell a story from a book. You can tell a story from your life. You could use one of my mystery things if you want. Let them figure out the lesson. Moral insight. What can we learn from life? Is that a mind-blowing idea? What can we learn from life? Useful. Let them figure it out. All right, here's my story. I'm hoping you're eager for this week's mystery thing, because check it out. I'm waiting. Are you ready for this week's mystery thing? Because it's a deeply touching story that's true from the life of Coach B. I'm drinking. You guys like the mystery stuff, don't you? It's fun. I'm seeing all these exclamation points. This is really going to touch you. It might even make you a little sad. Here it is. One of my first mystery things would be a reproduction of this painting, The Golden Stairs by the 19th century painter, Pre-Raphaelite, Edward Burne-Jones. Here's some close-ups of this painting. I'm going to give you a close-up of this painting. This is my mystery thing for the week. Now, here's some close-ups of this great painting by Edward Burne-Jones. Called The Golden Stairs, and I hope you'll agree that it's quite lovely. And you're probably wondering, what on earth is this story going to be about? Here's another close-up. Coming down the stairs. And another close-up. Now here's the story. When I was a young man, I decided I'd try my hand at being a painter. I drew and drew and drew for hours a day. I was excited to see that I was making progress. I said to myself, I'll go to England and Ireland, the best place in the world to become an artist. And so I did. I drew for at least 4 hours a day, day after day, all across England and Ireland. The truth is that I had no luck painting landscapes. So instead I bought postcards, stayed in pleasant hotels, and copied pictures of flowers, trees, castles. Often, I also visited museums and made drawings there. But all the while I was working, I wondered if painting was really my calling. Perhaps I should continue to write poetry or pursue a career racing cars. One day I went to the Tate Museum in London, and on the bottom floor I saw the Golden Stairs. The painting is very large, about 7 feet tall. I was stunned. I felt like I had been struck by a golden lightning bolt. I'd never seen anything so beautiful, so heart-stoppingly beautiful in my life. Yes, I exclaimed to myself, I will be a painter. It doesn't matter how long it takes, what I have to suffer, how many hours I have to practice. Making a beautiful work like the Golden Stairs is worth any sacrifice. So I said to myself. I went into the bathroom in the Tate, true story, where I could be undisturbed, and I wept for pure joy. I cried my eyes out that at last I had found my calling. I would be a painter. And so I continued drawing in a fever, London, Dublin, Sligo, everywhere. Eventually I ran out of money and I returned home. At home in San Bernardino, I started to make a watercolor copy of this painting by Dante Gabriele Rossetti. I love the pearl brooch in the woman's hair. Maybe you can just barely see this marvelous spiral pearl brooch in her hair right there. Oh, I just thought this was a magnificent painting. And so there I was as a young man, continuing my quest to become a painter. About halfway through, I saw that my copy was terrible, horrible, awful. It caused me grief just to look at the mess I'd made of the wonderful artwork. I could not stand the pain my mistakes cost me. I never picked up a brush again. I stopped painting forever. What could be learned from this experience? All right, my friends, you're in the role now of my students. What could be learned from that experience? You decide. No pain, no gain, says someone. Sometimes callings bring us to our real calling. Process, not product. Never give up. You have to stumble before you can walk. Don't expect perfection with your first try. Be your own original. Fixed mindset versus growth mindset. Thank you, my friends. And so, we conclude tonight's program. If you would like a copy of these slides, go to Whole Brain Teaching, program number 564. Put in $5.64 in the PayPal window. There it is. I'll send you a certificate you can use for professional development credit, a 2-sided certificate. And next week, practice cards. If you've got challenging kids, you're going to love practice cards. All right, my friend, great program tonight. I love playing You Bet Your Wibby with you. We've frozen up again.